$100 for a haircut, you barbers lost your mind for real. Talking about I'm selling confidence, not just a haircut. Shut the f up. That confidence should come with the cut. That's what I'm paying for. That's why you wanted to be a barber. That's why you went to barber school. Because you have confidence in doing your job. But you're paying extra for what already has to come with it? Makes no sense. If you have to be selling us all this bullshit to charge more for haircuts, find a new career. This barber shit ain't working out, homie. And honestly, I don't give a fuck how good you are. If you're charging $100 a haircut, I'll pass, homie. If any of my old barbers start charging $100 a cut, I'll never go back to you ever again. That's crazy. I remember when haircuts used to be $20, $25, full haircut. That was including tip. You could get a lineup for like $5. And now a lineup alone is like $25. That makes no sense. How are you gonna charge $25 just for a fucking lineup? What a full haircut used to cost. You're out of your fucking mind. And now haircuts average at least $40. 40 to 60 is the average. If you want to get out of line, then you're charging like 80 to 100, and that's just crazy to me. I'll never pay that shit. You're tripping. Like I said, I don't give a how good you are. If you're a celebrity barber, I do not give a single fuck. I'm not paying over $100 for a haircut. Shit, 40 to 60 is already pushing it. I'm not even gonna lie. That's already pushing it. I used to get my haircut every weekend back in the day, but now, I'm not gonna lie, I be avoiding haircuts. And I don't give a fuck if I sound cheap. I just got my haircut like a week ago, a couple days ago actually. But I didn't get my cut for like 2 months before that. And low key, I was trying to let it grow. But at the same time, I wasn't trying to pay for a haircut. But it just got to the point where I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna get a cut. But few barbers are getting out of line. That's crazy. What do you guys think? Do these barbers need to be stopped? Or is it reasonable to be charging $100 a cut? I say you got me all the way up. But let me know in the comments.
So let's talk about this. We got a lot of people that have been going online and voicing their frustration with barbers charging $100 for a haircut. Now, I got 2 more clips that I'm going to share with you from some other people sharing their thoughts about these $100 haircuts. But by all means, I want you to get in the comments and let me know what you think. And I'm going to definitely give you my take after we go through all of these clips. So without further ado, let's get to this next clip.
$100 for a haircut is insane. Really insane. I just went into this barbershop to see if I can get a cut because I can't make it out to my barber. I asked him how much for a haircut. He said out of his mouth, $100 for a haircut. I looked at him like, man, you got to be joking, man. $100 for a haircut. So I looked at his prices. He even had $50 for kids. And most kids are getting a ball and a taper. And this dude wanted $100 for a haircut, man. You barbers are taking this shit too far, man. That shit upsetting me, man. What kind of clippers y'all have, or what kind of razor blade y'all using to charge somebody $100 for a haircut? Y'all do. I'm just trying to figure out what is going on. Y'all are robbing the poor, man. Y'all robbing the poor to the death, man. Look at y'all community who y'all serving, man. Y'all serving poor people, but yet y'all sticking them up the ass for a haircut. This is crazy, man. $100 for a haircut, man. What kind of clippers do y'all have? What have y'all learned in the last 10 years that's better than the people that's been cutting the last 20 years? What are y'all doing, man? For $100, my hair should stay cut for at least 4 weeks. And I want one of you barbers to be like, you don't know what barbers go through. You get some clippers and you do what every barber has done the last 50, 60 years, man. It's the same, man. Ain't nothing changed, man. Ain't nothing changed with cutting hair. But yet y'all ripping off the community with these prices. And it's everywhere, y'all. It's everywhere, man. These people charging $75 to $100 for a haircut is insane, man. Y'all need to lose y'all customers. Y'all need to lose y'all business, man, because that shit is wrong, man. You in the hood, man. These mamas can't afford to get their kids' haircut every week for $50, man. Y'all losing y'all mind, man. Y'all losing y'all mind, man. For real, man. What do y'all have in these clippers that make shit cost $100 for a taper and a liner? Tell me. Get in my comments and tell me, why the are y'all charging so much for a haircut, man? Y'all robbing the hood, man. And some of y'all just becoming just too greedy, man. Too greedy, man. No way a haircut should cost $100, man. Some of y'all dumbasses might pay that shit. It's cool. Who the paying that shit, man? It's a million barbers out here, y'all, that could cut the same way these cutting that's charging $55, $75, and $100. But yet these the coldest barbers of all time. They give you the coldest. What the are they giving you, man? I'm just saying, man. $100 for a haircut. It's insane, man. It's insane. Y'all should get y'all barber license taken away, man. Cause y'all stealing, man. Y'all stealing, man. That's called stealing from the poor, man. And all y'all clients are poor. But yeah, y'all trying to rip their ass off now.
Yo, Pops was straight snapping, man. He mad about that $100 haircut. I'm going to give you a little bit of my take. While I'm doing that, share your thoughts in the comments. And I got to say this. I understand why somebody would be mad if every barber was charging $100. If you woke up tomorrow and you couldn't find a barbershop that was charging less than $100 for a haircut, I could understand why you would be mad. But that's not the reality. They're trying to act like every barber is charging $100. There's not. There's barbers, like the guy said, that'll charge you $40, that'll charge you $50, that'll charge you $60. And there's even still some barbers that are charging you $30 and $20. But the question you have to ask yourself is that the barber you want to go to? And it's just like any service. Do you want the cheap service or do you want the premium service? The cost of the service is definitely a reflection of what you're getting. But if you do pay $100 for a haircut and that service does not reflect that $100 value that you believe should be attributed to a $100 haircut, then guess what? You stop going to that person and you find somebody else. The best thing about it is there's always going to be these diamonds in the rough. I promise you, there's barbers out here that are charging way less than $100 and they probably cut better than some of the barbers that charge $100. It's about whether or not you can find one of those barbers, whether you willing to put in the work to find one, or you just want to get online and complain about $100 haircuts. That's just a little bit of my take. I'm going to dive deeper into it after this last clip. Let's get into it.
Yeah. I think $100 cuts is justifiable if you done put the work in, the hours to actually accumulate the skills to give somebody a $100 haircut. Whichever they could, you know what I'm saying? You could just be getting them cleaned up, and if they think that's worth it, then that, to me, that's a $100 haircut. But what I think is bad for the game is these people that like pick up the clippers a year ago, and now they charging $100 a cut. Like, it ain't nowhere on earth where a barber should be able to go from, you know what I'm saying, ground zero to a $100 cut in a year. Unless he just went and studied with every, you know what I'm saying? He out here like Batman or some shit. Like, he picking up all the traits, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. I ain't mad at him, get your money, but I can see why the customer's mad, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I would like to charge $100. I ain't mad, you know? Like, shit.
Yeah. I definitely ain't mad at it. Yeah. I think, but I also think that it's just the people that's in the profession that makes it what it is. And when people see, or they have encountered certain barbers that are not professional, and they don't feel like, you know,
it's not worth it. Right. And then they get scarred.
Yeah.
So they be done went to 2-3 dudes that said honey, and he had all these followers, and now they don't know what to believe.
Yeah.
So we got to hear from 2 customers, and I wanted to make sure I included a clip from a barber giving their perspective because I like to look at things objectively. Now I'm gonna give you my take on this. In the meantime, if you haven't already, get in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on this if you like to. I want to give you my personal experience, right? Y'all can tell I get haircuts, man. Have been getting haircuts pretty much all of my life. And I've been on both sides of this. And this is what I mean by being on both sides of it. I've been on the side where when I started seeing the price of haircuts going up, I was feeling some type of way. Because like the first guy mentioned, I was accustomed to paying $20, $25 for a haircut. And I woke up one day and that wasn't the reality. I went to a new barber and, first it was 30. And it was like, okay, that's not too bad. A little bit about 5 more. Fast forward maybe 6 months, even a year later, then it's jumping up to 40. Then the next thing you know, I don't even make it to 50. The cut is now 60. But this is the thing. By the time it got to 60, my perspective on it had changed. And the main reason why it changed is because when I was getting those first increases, the 30 to 40, and I'm like, dang, why the haircut's more than what it used to be? I wasn't a business owner at that time. The moment I became a business owner and the moment I started making more money, I understood it. But mainly because it's a business. When you look at any service that's being provided, it's always going to come down to the economics of it, which is supply and demand. If there is no demand, then nobody is going to be able to charge $100 for a haircut. But when there is demand, which when it comes to getting a haircut, that's grooming. Like our hair grows fast. We need haircuts. So the barbers are in a position of power to a certain extent. And if there are a collective of barbers who are charging these higher prices, then people are essentially going to get priced out. But this is what I feel like. I feel like barbers' prices are going to be a reflection of 2 things. It's going to primarily be a reflection of their clientele because you're not going to be able to charge $100, $60, $50 or anything like that if you do not have a clientele that can pay you that. That's why the older gentleman, it doesn't really make no sense to me if he's talking about all of these shops are in the ghetto, they in the poor areas of town, and they're still charging $100 a cut. And he's talking about people can't afford it. Well, both of those things can't be true. Either one, the cuts in the hood are not really $100 because people are still able to go get haircuts and afford them. Or if the cuts are $100, that means that even though those people are in a low income area, they're willing to spend the additional or extra money to be able to get a haircut, which means that they can afford it. Does it cost more than they want? Yeah. But hey, they willing to pay that premium to have a fresh cut. So for me, I totally understand it now from a business perspective because the price is going to be a reflection of one, your clientele. Because if nobody's going to pay the 100, you're not going to be able to charge it. And then the second piece of it is their skill set. I agree totally with this barber that if you're a new barber that hasn't put in the time, you haven't developed your skills and you're not doing something that is giving your clientele a premium experience, then you could try to charge $100, but it may not work unless you luck up and you find people that's going to be willing to pay it and they see the value in it. I think of women. Like we've never heard about women, for the most part, complaining about the prices that they pay to their hairstylists. And let's be honest, women pay way more, hundreds of dollars to get their hair done in comparison to men. So when I look at it from that perspective, I'm not tripping. But I think that either one or two things needs to happen. If you are mad about $100 haircut, then I can probably guarantee you're not paying $100 for a haircut. You're not. So which means you should be quiet. You should be quiet because if you are not paying $100 for a haircut, your opinion really doesn't matter. It's different if you paying $100 and you feel like you being forced to pay the $100 and you wish you had another option. But if you do have other options, you're not paying $100, shut up. Stop complaining about it. Even though I'm talking about it right now, I don't pay $100 for a haircut. But the thing about it is, if $100 became like the standard price for a haircut, I don't want to be a person that's going to be complaining about it. I want to be a person that has gotten my money and my paper up, and I'm successful enough to be able to pay the $100. That's the place to be in, is not be in a position where you got to complain when prices go up. We've seen the prices of everything go up. Gas is more expensive. Food is more expensive. Rent is more expensive. Why would we not think that barbers are going to be charging more money? They got overhead. They got rent to pay. They got utilities if they own their own shop. All of that shit is going up. So they got to charge accordingly in order so they can keep their business running. Not every barber is cutting out they damn home. And honestly, why would you want to be going to somebody that's cutting out of their home? Now, if you're going to a home barber and he cutting $100 for a cut, that's wild. Because it's like, bruh, like, really, what's your overhead, man? Like you maybe your mortgage. I don't know, man. But all I would say is you're paying for the experience. If you paying $100, I would expect for it to be a premium experience. You got barbers now, they'll wash your hair, they'll get you right. They'll make sure that, it's your time, one-on-one. Now, I'm not gonna pay, and this is just me personally, I'm not gonna be paying no barber $100 and they're gonna be on the phone the whole time. They doing XYZ, they in and out the shop, like they're doing everything except providing me with the service that I paid for. But then again, that goes back to you as a consumer. If you pay a barber and you reward them for that type of behavior with your $100 or whatever you're paying them, you're starting to ingrain that it's okay for them to do that. See, for me, when I went to barbers like that, even when they was charging less, I realized that, oh, hold on, like that the service I'm receiving, it doesn't match up. Even though I'm paying less than XYZ amount of money, I'm not gonna keep coming to you because you always texting, you always taking phones, and you not focusing in on my haircut. So that's my take on it. Would love to hear yours in the comments if you haven't shared it already. Until next time, I'm Jay. Stay blessed.